put me on a soccer
Me
pitch.
too.
You put me on a tennis court. Kindest person in cannabis is out the window. Yeah.
Cause I can see your energy, and I'm waiting on your frequency to rise. Before you interact with me, before you collab with me, or try, better get up on your frequency. Disciplined stoners. What's your discipline? You a stoner? That's cool. So are we.
I'm high a lot. It's weird to finally say that with pride. I'm high a lot. Being high has helped me with my anxiety. It's helped my social skills.
Love and light. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners Podcast with your host Ellevan,
And my name is Winnie.
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness.
You gotta celebrate all of the wins, even the ones that are not yours,
We needed to hear this.
even
That's
the
really
ones
true.
that have nothing to do with you.
You're a beautiful soul like that, man. That
You
takes
gotta
a big
love
person.
wins, man.
And that's if we all celebrate all the wins that aren't just ours, we will manifest more wins in the universe because what you focus on expands. What you appreciate, you become.
I said it at Kind, man. Remember, I want all of us to win, so we all retire on beaches.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of our lives.
And
That's
smoke.
it.
Smoke the finest weed together.
Yeah, that's it. Let's just smoke some tree.
Deal, bro.
And it will get there.
For sure.
It's a bit of a lengthier process, but we're in a perfect age
We actually are.
for this business.
We're in the
Yep.
perfect age for this business. We're in the perfect age to have this attitude. Like
You have to.
To want to win. Like, it can very easily get competitive.
I guess I've grown up to say, like, you have to see the beauty in victory for all people, you know?
So sick.
Yeah, wherever you can get it.
I love that.
Yeah, we're just people.
That's it.
Just flailing around being people.
Just people.
Stardust. We are
I
stardust.
know, how beautiful is
on
that?
a floating rock in the advance of everything.
I know.
Okay? Like,
It's wild.
have fun. Be a star.
Okay, speaking of having fun and being a star,
Okay.
we're rolling.
I don't hear myself at all.
Can't
You
let
got to
you
turn
hear-
your headphones off.
Oh, yeah. All right. Love that you both are rolling up. That's wonderful. Thank you. So it is.
And so it is. Oh, I got goosebumps. Yes. Oh, this is the vibe.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, this was the energy that we needed today.
Yay.
We are accepting of all of this.
You are. You become the vibration, shall we?
Yes. And
welcome back to another episode of Disciplined Stoners. I'm your host, Ellevan.
My name is Winnie.
And we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And today,
Our next guest is a cannabis advocate and educator, creator of Higher Education. So cute. Can't wait to talk about it. A YouTube series celebrating and investigating the magic of the plant, and was named Kind Magazine's Kindest Person of the Year. Please welcome Rich Navarro.
Oh, hi, y'all. What?
Welcome.
good to see you.
Oh,
Welcome
love
to the
this.
show.
We're doing it.
We're doing
We
it.
said we were going to do it. We're doing it.
And now we're here doing it.
And it's not freezing cold outside.
Wasn't this morning beautiful? Were you up?
I was up at 7 a.m. to watch a football match.
Oh, shit.
And seeing the sun was glorious.
When your alarm went off to watch this football match, were you like up and out, or were you like, fuck,
So,
am I going to
That's
do
very
this?
impressive.
Fun fact, this is something I do like every Saturday morning. Yeah, I love the football.
So Spanish of you.
Very Spanish of me. So I don't need an alarm. I will look at the time that my team is playing specifically. So this morning was 7:30.
Oh my God.
And I will get up. My body will go very Kramer-like. My body will go, it's time.
Oh my God.
And I just get up and I look at my watch and I go, oh, I have 5 minutes. And I run downstairs. I brush my teeth real quick. And I'm typically sitting, smoking a joint, like right away as kickoff happens.
I love that.
Yeah. So, yeah, honestly, it is a weekend tradition for me.
Wow, that's actually really incredible. Do you have the same like during the week? And do you ever set an alarm? Or
I definitely set alarms during the week.
Okay.
Yeah. But for some reason on the weekend, it's just like instinctual.
It's in your DNA.
Yeah, and even like if I want to sleep in, I just have to go, okay, 9:30 start, perfect. And about 30 minutes before 9 o'clock, boom, let's go.
I haven't been practicing because I've been forgetting, but I read somewhere that if you kind of have a conversation with yourself before you go to bed of like 6 a.m. is the time that I'd like to wake up, like that's when just prepare that. I've heard that actually works. Obviously don't do it if you have jobs that you might be late for, but good time to practice it on the weekends.
On the weekends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny though because it is terror-inducing in me when I have a flight. So if I have to fly somewhere, it is like the complete opposite where every hour my body's going, don't miss this flight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever missed a flight before?
Never in my
It's
life.
not that bad.
No, and almost technically once, yes, in my life, but I have this friend, Alex, who is just... honestly, he's magical in some of the things that he can make happen. And we were on the East Coast. They shut the flight. They shut the doors. They told us sorry, gents, you missed your flight. Fuck. And Alex just looked at me and he went, we didn't miss this flight. And I'm going to say maybe 30, 35 minutes later, they opened the doors of the plane, let us on the plane.
What?
He just asked.
He refused to take no for an answer.
That's what's up. That's what you got to do sometimes.
It honestly was awe-inspiring.
Oh my God.
Me, never. It's
I know.
never happening for me.
I'd give in right away.
I'm not that dude.
What's his name? Alex?
Alex is his name.
Alex, what's up? We are the same. I love you.
French, we love you, buddy.
French, big moves.
Yeah, so it does have the opposite reaction when taking flights.
Right.
But yeah, again, I'm that.
What is that anxiety, do you think?
I think it comes from growing up modestly and
don't fuck up this opportunity.
Yeah,
don't fuck you up your chance.
Right, you understand the impact or even the monetary repercussions of something like that.
Yeah,
and so I would say I don't know for certain, but that seems like a good theory of where it comes from, and
that's beautiful.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess it's just about being mindful of this costs money. Money comes from somewhere. People work very hard.
Yeah.
So
respect.
So you took a flight recently for your B-Day.
I did.
Tell us where you went.
So I went to Universal and Disney for my 38th birthday with my friend Chris and his new wife Mira, and just had the most magical 2.5 days
I love it.
ever. Just got out into Orlando. The weather was beautiful.
Oh, and you needed it. That January that Toronto went through, whew.
Great.
Sleep.
So
Yeah. Sleep.
So 3 days of sun and magic was just beautiful for my soul.
You
and
were smiling deeply.
Oh, you could see it in my photos.
You brought
when
me
you see
some vibration when I was here, by looking at your photos.
We call it in my family the toothy grin, where you can see all of my teeth, and that's when you know the joy is really overflowing, is when it's just all of them out. And so yeah, it was so amazing. We got to do I think 3 parks in 2 days. We were running around
So fun.
just Universal, Harry Potter World, Jurassic Park World, Marvel World, and then over to Disney, Magic Kingdom. And Magic Kingdom, honestly, I think my soul needed a little bit of a pump up. And walking in there, I was like, oh, never mind, I'm good. I'm really good. We're good. We're cool. Let's just go and adventure. And looking at the parades and stuff. I wanted to go on Space Mountain. I got to take my friend and his wife who'd never experienced Space Mountain, and the giggles behind me was just firing me up. It was the first thing we did when we got in there. It's went straight there, got on the ride, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be just the fucking best day ever. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I am.
Fucking yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a pirate sometimes.
I love
so
it. Me
it'll
too.
right.
Yeah.
It'll come out. But yes, and then going to Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge at the other park. And again, super nerdy person. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise.
Love that.
I was a child for immediately. I walked in, and immediately my age dropped probably like 28 years, and I was 10 years old, just like looking. The Millennium Falcon was in front of me. So yeah,
good.
it was. We got on that flight. We didn't miss the flights. But yeah, it was the coolest way to celebrate your birthday.
Did you sleep at all the night before?
You know what? No. To be honest with you, because we flew out at 6 a.m. so that we could get like a full Friday in. I had to get to the airport. Yeah, I had to get to the airport for like 3:30.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
I forgot. International flights.
Yeah.
I haven't flown outside of Canada for 3 years.
Oh, yeah. So
that's the fun part, actually, of traveling if you do it right. If you do it right, I go to the airport for the whole day. I go hang out at the airport.
You love airports.
I love airports. I also, when I had no money when I first moved here, I used to take the bus out to the airport and watch people pick up their loved ones. And that was like a TV show of love, like watching people who haven't seen someone they love for a while. I used to watch at their arrival gate.
it's the like you face where you're like,
and I just used to watch like that like 30 times an hour and just like sit there, grab a Tim Hortons and just watch these people. Also, I missed Winnie a lot of the time
Yeah.
because we were doing long
Aw.
distance. So I used to see that my uncle worked at the Holiday Inn near the airport. He's a chef, so he shout out Uncle Walter. So he used to
Shout
give me an
out Uncle
excuse.
Walter.
He used to feed me to go there.
nice.
But no, I have missed a flight.
What's the experience like?
Devastating. Your throat drops through your body. I was booked in Indonesia. It was a $7,000 first class flight, not out of my pocket, but out of the people booking me. But a huge opportunity for my career to tour 5 cities across Indonesia first class with like celebrities, and like I fucking missed that.
How?
I'm dumb.
Okay.
No,
Like,
you're
I'm
not.
Tourette's. I'm not.
That doesn't make you dumb.
I'm
Yes.
not saying it's dumb. I'm saying like my brain. The dumb is a joke. The dumb is a joke.
His
I'm
brain
joking.
just has a
My
harder
brain
time
Doesn't.
calculating time.
Winnie booked you today, right?
Yeah.
That's not a mistake.
Okay.
I'm and I had my thing, and it was in military time. So I just like, it was like 1600 instead of 1400. I came at I fucked up. I'm teasing myself, but it's like fully me not taking the precaution to ask someone with a cognitive style thinking process.
It was a good learning
and so
moment.
I'm like going around the airport. I snuck into the back office to try and like talk to the. I was so proactive, but the whole that airline only flies up until 3. And then everyone from that airline leaves and goes home.
Oh,
so there was no one I could even
to help.
Alex. Couldn't even Alex.
You couldn't
it.
even get an
There
Alex.
was no more planes. It was like Air Philippines or something, or no, Air Korea. I went back devastated and ended up just calling my like person who booked me, and getting another flight. It worked out. I got on
It did
Air
work
Philippines.
out. Thank God.
And apparently Air Philippines is one of the nicer, other than...
you're scared of sharing.
I'm not. But this is so
That's so
cool.
cool.
You
Yeah.
can keep it anyways.
I mean, okay. I might just use it because that's fun and cool.
Yeah, I have one for you too. It's
You're the
okay.
best.
I just don't want to jangle around too much.
But congratulations on making your flight.
Yeah, thank you.
Did you consume in Florida?
Okay, so yes.
I think you're allowed to say that.
Yeah, I think so. Now that I'm back home, but like again, like we didn't necessarily know like how Florida worked, and we went into a dispensary, and just I said, hey, I'm from Canada. I have my medical papers.
Nice.
Am I able to purchase? And the lovely woman behind the counter was like, hun, I really wish I could help you, but you need to have a Florida prescription and you need to be a Florida resident for us to be able to help you.
So
And I was-
essentially wait outside the shop.
No. Right next to the dispensary is a smoke shop. Cigars, tobacco, filled with bongs.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, reminds me of Hotbox in the old days, like when Angie was running Hotbox,
Yep.
where it's like you would walk in and just glass everywhere.
Yep.
But imagine that times 3, because this store was really long.
Wow.
And so we were like, all right, look, there are bongs in here. Someone has to know where we can get some weed in here.
You want to double fist that?
And so, no,
Yep.
it should go to Winnie.
Thank you.
And we just my friend's wife went up to the counter, said, "Hey, do you know where we can get some weed?" And the guy went. And there was just this little case of like pre-rolled joints and
In the store.
in the store.
Yes.
On display.
And it's just like you. It's,
I believe Delta 8 THC, right? So
Right.
So not like, not
It's
your traditional
lab grown.
flower. Yes.
Yeah.
So we were just like, let's give it a whirl. Let's see what it's like.
This is for those of you who don't know that, it's essentially a synthetic replacement of cannabis flower. Yeah.
From what I understand, which is
not
minimal.
synthetic, like tissue recreation, like through microgenetics, I guess, right? I don't know, but we'll have to go into that.
It's THC that doesn't come from cannabis plant.
It's not derived directly from the cannabis plant.
Yeah.
or it's not grown
I don't
in
know
that
how.
natural way, but it's still did it do the job?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm being honest with you,
Thank
it was
you
like,
for the honesty.
yeah, it wasn't that great. The first one that I had felt like smoking a cigarette. And then the other one was okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm just so nice that I just want to be nice, even in experiences where I was like, I didn't really enjoy that.
And I get that.
So I feel like I was a little bit high, but yeah, overall, I was really happy to like get off the plane, get home, first see my dog,
Yeah.
and then roll one up. Because I won't.
But that's also really cool for everyone because I think you've been smoking for a really long time and would love to get. I'm not sure if we talked about your first
History.
experiences with weed on the last time we had you on, but
But his dog's name is Mary Jane.
yeah.
And I love
And
that.
she is the most beautiful little Mary Jane in the world.
Yeah. And so someone with a vast smoking history, to go away for 2 days and have a blast and have the best
Right.
time instead of having, cravings for this thing that you've smoked for so long. I just think,
Right.
there's people that are examples that this is habit forming. I'll give it to you. Addictive. I can't jump on that bandwagon. I won't.
Yeah, it's fair. I was in Vegas in October as well too.
For the cannabis thing?
No, actually for a music festival.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So we got some out there, but what I found is that it's not necessary. It's like it's legal, you can get it, but it's still frowned upon. And like,
Oh, really? In Vegas?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can't consume it in hotels. There's no real place you can consume it except for in your home. Right? So if you're a Vegas resident, you can purchase cannabis, consume in your home.
Apparently that's in California too. You're supposed to consume in your home and not out in public places.
Yeah,
But
right?
New York right now is free.
New York has always been a bit free, New York.
Not if you're black
I
and
love
smoking
that.
on the street.
Touche. Yep. It's a fair
love
comment.
that too.
I said
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was just an excuse, essentially. No one ever thought that cannabis would really hurt anyone. It was just a fucking excuse.
It just got thrown in with a bunch of other
But
really
you've been
harsh.
working, I want to say you've been working for the plant for time.
A long time now.
We got to connect because you're the
Yep.
kindest person in the industry, the face of the kindest face in cannabis in Canada. Over here, Rich. Or in the world, if you ask me.
Oh, we're really, really lucky. There are a lot of super, super kind people.
I know. What a dope fucking industry.
In the industry.
Come
and
on.
so I just
you
have
always
the
been kind?
honor and distinction. I'd like to say so. It's always extremely awkward for me to make self-judgments, especially positively. It's,
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
nice to pat yourself on the back. I try to treat everyone I meet with love and respect. I try to give people the energy that I would hope to receive back.
That's it.
Obviously, you don't expect anything, and I think that that's sort of what helped me at least hold the honor and distinction for the community for this year.
Yeah.
So
And
you're just radiating vibes outwards. Are you aware of the law of attraction or anything like that? Do you study that stuff?
No, it's not that's not in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
I've had friends who very much they've tried to explain it to me before, and I just I'm like, yeah, it sounds awesome.
you're
I
being it.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to know how to write a book about it to just be it.
Yeah.
I think that's an even more pure form because you're not trying to recreate as much outside of your head. Sometimes for me, I write literature about this and constantly study it, and a human being's a case study. You're one of mine now, like it or not. That's a
Love
loving
it.
thing. So it's you got to observe the gentle relationship between you and nature. That's it. The energy is nature. We're vibrational beings. And when you tune yourself to a certain frequency, which you're naturally doing is love because it just feels good. But like cognitively to reverse engineer all the amazing things that will happen in your life if you stay in that frame of frequency.
I'm trying.
But
we're trying.
You're doing it anyway. So it's like, honestly, like this literature will lead people to understand that, the time you take to judge others, it doesn't matter if you think you're better than them or not. You're lowering your vibration by focusing on said unpleasing thing. You're naturally like, what feels good today? And if it's not currently what I'm experiencing, you can look and champion and feel good and give good energy because of something you're observing. That is a blessing.
It comes from growing too, by the way, not perfection.
1000%.
I suck so bad. If you went back and looked at the book that was me, you'd be like, oh, come on, Rich.
But you had to
Character
learn.
development, right?
You had to learn. Nice, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You learn, you grow. There are like instances in my life where I look back and I'm like, oh,
whoopsie.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
You know, next time you see that person, you owe them an apology.
Nice.
Like,
Well done.
Yeah, you got to say something.
How wonderful to like already be aware of that at 38. I think that we can still be in our shit, you know? We can still be like, nah, you're still wrong. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
I don't know if a human ever does fully be like, I nailed every single chance opportunity. Like, I'm looking at a fucking business meeting we had yesterday going like, okay, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
I see how I could have done that better.
But it's all of us, right? Like, and that's why I say I'm very lucky to be the representative this year.
Yeah.
And I so much look forward to whoever the representative is next year too. Like, and yeah, just understanding that like I don't always get it right, but I try to approach it with, like I said, love and respect, and so far so good.
So far so good.
that's awesome.
Wynn, I love your question. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to transition because I was interested in knowing if you have a team behind your higher education videos or if that is all you.
No, I would be lying to you both if I said no. There are a bunch of people who deserve a lot of love and credit.
They're very impressive. That's why I
Thank
was like,
you.
you must have a lot of skills that I don't know about if this was a one-man team.
No,
okay, cool.
Not even the slightest. There are a bunch of people behind the scenes who deserve a lot of credit for the videos. So it would take too long to name them all, honestly. But
just go to YouTube, check out higher education to watch them. Tell us about these videos.
Yeah, really, it's just about one, trying to educate people about cannabis, about the industry, about processes, just really welcoming people into cannabis. Some of my fondest memories of being in the legacy market were those like people who I call it like a hug. Their energy is a hug. They pulled you in. They shared what they knew with you. Like they wanted to guide you. They wanted to make you better.
Yes. Yes. They cared that you were there. They were happy you were there.
Yep. They were excited. They were excited. Oh, you really like this thing that I really, really like? Amazing. Let me tell you everything. Let me share it all. And so, like, it really goes to the root of that. Like, just, you might look at the videos and be like, yeah, I already knew that. And so, to you, I say, like, I'm coming. I'll figure it out. We'll make a video for you soon, too.
Sick.
But for those people who maybe are new and maybe are just sort of jumping in, and they're jumping in with 2 feet, it's like, hey, check this out. Like, this is something we know, and like I want you to know it now too.
So good.
Yeah. And again, I really fucking love weed.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Like I really, really fucking love weed.
Ask and you shall receive.
Please and thank you.
Tell us about it. Tell us about your love for weed.
How did you get involved as a young
High
man?
school, 14 years old.
Yes.
My friend Kyle, my friend Matt, a catwalk in Pickering across from St. Mary's Catholic Secondary School.
Kyle,
St.
Matt,
Mary's.
and Rich.
I did a performance there one time. That's a pretty big school, right?
Yeah, it's a
like
fairly
1,000.
big high school in Pickering. Yeah.
I did a thing with Rise there before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
No way.
You had uniforms.
Yep, 100. Yes,
Yeah.
Catholic school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember my friend Kyle being like, "I got a joint. Do you want to go smoke it?" And being like, "Yeah, like fuck, yeah, I do." And just sneaking off to the catwalk, smoking this thing. Yeah.
Did you
don't
understand what it was when you said, yeah, I do?
No chance.
Yeah, okay.
Like, not a fucking chance did I know what I was like getting into.
Hence your videos now.
Correct, right? And so, yeah, I just remember being there and being like, okay, we're going to experience this thing. And then being like, this is actually pretty nice. I'm happy. I'm giggling a lot right now.
Yep.
I have a vicious craving for McDonald's.
Oh,
and
bro.
like, okay,
Chicken.
cool. Nothing about this is bad. Like, nothing about this is wrong.
Well
and
said.
then, just obviously not to the rate I am now, but like when I'd have the opportunity in high school, okay, you're going over to your friend's house and their parents are cool. All right, cool. Like, we'll grab a dime bag. You know? Yeah.
Remember that? Fuck. 3 buddies and a dime. You can roll 3 joints out of a dime bag.
That's
back then.
correct. Weed could go a long way back then.
Yeah, it really did go a long way back
Yeah.
then. Fuck.
And then you would, you would go and you'd roll a joint in the basement, then you go out in the backyard. And I never, it was never this thing that ever brought negativity into my world.
Right.
And I will say, look, I have some rough run-ins with drinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
and
sir. We all do.
Yeah, and so I have a lot of negative memories of drinking in my life. I don't have any negative memories of cannabis, and I've had a couple close green out moments where it was once on a girl I worked with at the time on her balcony coughing for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But I remember ending that night laughing, walking down the street, going to Taco Bell in Ajax.
Yeah.
And so, so to me, it's always been this super positive thing. And I just got to experience it in a really organic way. And so I just always carried it with me. I was always the weed guy. I was always the dude who was high. And I used to get Cyclops red eyes. You knew. I was telling on myself every single time. Right? And so
Your body has great cannabinoid receptors and really responded to it.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
No, you're good.
But yes, so yeah, and it was always just this. I always wore it as a badge of pride because I always knew in my heart that it was this force for good. It was a good thing. It
You knew it. You followed your intuitive sense early.
I don't know. I would say a little bit, sure, yeah. Some of it luck,
No, if you were listening to Clarity, especially
I
you
was
were Catholic.
barkering that so hard.
Oh, that's okay.
That was great.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck. That's really beautiful.
that stigma really hit us all, especially even we were talking lately. I'm a confirmed Catholic, and all the guilt that's baked into that, for doing anything outside of what the structure at hand tells you.
I carried the candles in church, dude.
Fuck.
I know.
So you were a part of the crew.
I grew up Catholic.
You're with the crew.
Yeah.
That stuff smells nice though that they swung, eh?
Oh, the incense that you burn at
the
funerals?
frankincense or whatever, the
pucks.
tree.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a nice ceremony, that stuff, but yeah, there was some manipulation there, and
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. I'm sure, but when I was growing
Team
up,
science.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and science spelt without the $sign. Moving on.
Our last episode, we did science in our last episode.
Oh well, you'll see. Oh my God, Whitney's so funny. What was it? Yeah, we looked at the description of what science was.
Okay.
Because I was being a jerk about paid science, that's funny. And Winnie's no, let's look up the definition of science, and she's it's basically what was it? Observing.
It was things that we're doing all the time.
So
anytime you try something new as a human being, you're doing
a
science.
type of science.
Yeah, you're doing a type of science.
And
Cool.
it's essentially just recreating it and measuring it. Science leads to facts.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
So facts by definition is
But science is always inherently wrong, right? It's always trying to disprove itself
it
as
should
well.
be.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
should be.
It's
It
cool.
should
That's
be.
what I
Well
trip out
said.
about science because
Well
people get really like intense on
Get caught up in
science.
facts.
Now it's a
Yeah,
fact.
right. Science and facts are not the
No,
same thing.
science is
oh my
how
God.
you get to facts, but those facts always change
Yeah.
thanks to science.
Whoa, trippy.
Thanks to
so we're
science,
just
because
learning.
we're just the human cognitive mechanism of observation, measuring, and recreating.
It's very cool.
It is very cool.
I dig it. You know.
We made this hilarious. I'm gonna like post it today.
Yeah, but you can go ahead and post it. I also wanted to just go back on a couple of things. One, if you've never, I'm very impressed that you've never greened out. Like if that was your closest to greening out,
Yeah.
I've greened out 3 times. I definitely, and we were talking to the owner of Lit Research yesterday.
Al?
Al, yeah,
He's
he's the
the
best. He's the best.
Such a sweetheart. Such a shout out Al from Lit Research.
Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Al.
And Al was like, he said something about greening out is kind of nice. And I thought about it and I was like, anytime I've greened out, it's actually been a really spiritual experience.
Hey.
Like it's something that I would get on psychedelics, you know? And, I think that if you like, I don't even think that's a negative thing is what I wanted to say about that. Like, even if you were to green out like that, cause you were talking about never having a bad memory on
Yeah.
weed, like it's not even that bad, you know? I think it can be. I think it can be pretty uncomfortable but there is an aspect of like trust that goes into it.
Absolutely.
And if you trust, then fuck, you're golden.
We had a cake once. That's the closest
Oh my
memory I have. A birthday cake. There's a photo of me and a couple of my friends from that evening, and like occasionally I'll go memory scrolling,
Yeah, oh,
and
yeah.
it'll come up, and I'll be like, fucking birthday cake, like
Because
One.
so much weed.
delicious.
So delicious.
Like
So
I mean,
delicious.
really, really well made cake.
Fuck.
A lot of wheat butter.
Yeah.
Like a lot of just weed in general in the cake.
Wow.
We just got, I'll show it to you afterwards. We just got olive oil yesterday that has 4,000 milligrams of THC in it. So you have to use very little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It's
As
the,
Chef Jordan would say, you know, like just a little bit.
just
you know?
a tiny bit. Like, yeah, his dinners he uses just a tiny bit. This
Yeah.
olive oil was given to us by Dustin, who's a bud tender Sticky Necks who we had on.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's like we saw him at Karma Coffee.
his brand.
He's like, here's this cool. I gotta bring it over. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like
I'll bring it. I'll
you
get
fucked
it.
up. It's yeah. Dude, that's so funny. That high school experience when you go and you smoke it outside the school across. Did you guys ever have like a
What a beautiful
Isn't
bottle.
that gorgeous?
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
I know when
Very
you hold
cool.
it, it's so nice.
And like
It
4,000
does. It
milligrams.
feels really nice.
You know what? And apparently they went all out. Apparently they went all out to find like the best Italian olive oil. Like, yeah, and that's what's like. Cannabis offers itself so well to people just like generating ideas, like whether it's like entrepreneurial, individually with a company, whatever. It's like it's. I've not smoked weed and really had my brain do nothing as much as like I've definitely gotten fucked up on some heavy indicas, but there's this
I was like, I have absolutely had
you've
no
blanked
brain
out.
moments for sure.
Yeah, but
Me
like,
too.
Yeah, but like for the most part, like without like those really heavy ones, you know, when you're smoking a slurricane, you're probably not gonna go do a meeting or something. But like for the most part, there's something with cannabis that brings you to a creative place, and you think outside of like this average box. That's one of my favorite things about it.
I think it removes a little bit of fear, you know?
Well said. Yeah, nice.
It just like sort of dials it down where like one, you as long as you're sort of in a group smoking, you feel open to communicate. You feel like, oh, okay, we're all a little high. Nobody's going to really judge anyone here. And I
Sure.
find sometimes like you have some unbelievable, it doesn't need to be business. It could be, I've had some wicked conversations with my homie Seb, just like sitting on the couch, smoking the bong, like listening to old 50s music,
sick.
playing chess, just going, but have you thought about this? And like, honestly, we're talking about dynamics in our friend group or
Yeah.
the perfect Tim Hortons commercial. Honestly, like one of the most hilarious,
Amazing.
yeah, one of the most hilarious like high interactions I've had in my life. Washing dishes in a home that I shared with my friend, going, but hear me out. It's the perfect Tim Hortons commercial, and then doing the voice, the voiceover, describing it, and the two of us just like,
Exactly.
he's just looking back at me, and he's just, but what about this? And so that's the
jam.
thing I
You
enjoy.
start
Like,
jamming.
it could be as intricate as business conversations and that kind of stuff, but it could be as just enjoyable
Yeah.
as community dynamics.
That's what I mean. Like
And
that is what like I try and bring to the business conversation with weed. Like just like that fun, freedom, like no limits.
weed
like,
is fun.
weed is fun.
It's
It makes everything more fun, but
Yeah.
especially when it's like social. I mean, in that regard, how you just said.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
Please.
What is the thing in your life that like weed makes more fun? Like the most? When you think about it, and it honestly, it can be as simple, mine, just to set you off, mine is washing dishes. I can't stand,
beautiful.
my partner is watching this going, yep. I can't stand washing dishes. I am so horrible at it. But like if I gotta get through a good set of dishes, like there have been chocolate fondues, Jack Haze's that I'm just like, yup, like let's do this.
Is the best high.
Yeah.
Like I maybe should get him on a weed and dishes rotation.
I hate dishes.
You're the me. You're
hate
the me.
dishes.
It's
Well,
But,
I'll,
like,
I'll
I-
do them if necessary, but I'm the cook. So I'm the chef. So I dirty it up and she'll clean it up. It's kind of a nice trade.
oh wait,
So I'm a cook.
but what kind of chef are you?
Oh,
like, are you a
he's-
one-pan chef or are you Gordon Ramsaying it and you got like all four burners
Different
going,
things, different
It's
things,
so-
different
bowls?
times.
The
different
other
times.
day-
I'm a minimalist, but also I need at least a pot and a pan usually.
Okay, that's fine.
It's and like our space, I don't know, it's not the best kitchen for him. So our next space we're gonna get a bigger kitchen. But
Get him an island.
But the other day I
an island.
compared him to our cat because our cat Ace, who passed away this time last year, he would literally every time I finished cleaning the litter box, he would be right there to use it.
Take
Like
shit.
he was like it was clean and he'd be right there. And so I would usually just wait for him to go and then I would clean that part up too
Yeah.
and then take it out to the trash.
Thank you.
And the other day I literally like finished. Oh, it was so good. I was like wiping down the last part of the kitchen. It was pristine.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And 11 comes in and grabs some fucking eggs, throws them on the counter, gets the pots out, and I'm like, oh my god, you're like Ace.
Not even
Yeah.
one
Like
minute passed.
dude, couldn't even
just
let it
watching
be nice for a second.
from the door. Okay, she's done now.
Exactly what I
Oh,
do.
But it is nice to cook in a clean kitchen. I'll give you that.
Truly great.
Yeah.
Truly great.
Are you a cook?
yeah, I love cooking. My mom cooked a lot growing up, and so we just hang out in the kitchen. The kitchen is a very like communal place.
Yeah.
Yep.
In my family. So, one, I am not putting myself even remotely in the same category as my mom. I have plucked a few tricks here and there over the years.
Shout out, Mom.
Yeah. Shout out mom's cooking too.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I like to cook.
Sick.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like to cook. And
I'm
I
on
think
that,
that's most
that
people.
wave.
Yeah.
Winnie's on that wave.
Yeah, I think it is most people too. He like loves it so much.
I do it like semi-professionally, like for private executives. Like I chef.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it's unfair advantage.
Cooking-
Like,
Yeah, that makes
I like to
sense.
do it like so. To answer your original question of what does weed make more fun, it's the answer is actually mixing.
oh, cool.
Like mixing fucking sucks, especially when it's your own vocals. But it doesn't suck. It's just like in the way that working out sucks.
Yeah.
It's like but it's so good. So, but once you get, I get nice and high, and like
That's
editing
true.
a podcast or mixing my vocals or mixing someone else's vocals, I'm like, oh man, this is so fun. Like I scoot up to the desk and I'm just like, fucking.
You're dialed in.
Just because I'm so high. So that's the
Yeah.
biggest transition. But back to the food. The food is something I absolutely. It's up there with like music.
Goes
and
hand in hand though.
it's
Weed and
so
food
similar.
go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Weed
Yeah.
and music go hand in hand.
Sex,
They're-
honestly, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just like your intuitive senses get amplified, and you can just rock with
That's
that. For some reason, you can rock
Video games.
1000%.
Oh.
It's anything
That's
that
my-
offers flow
that's my
state.
thing.
Bro, flow state in video games is a real thing. like that, and it's developed the human response time exponentially since we started playing video games. Like, so good for the human race, video games, actually.
Crazy.
Comedy shows.
Oh,
Comedy shows, when you're high level, I do not stop laughing.
Watching them, right?
There is
Yeah.
no better feeling than like guttural
Oh,
laughing.
God, I
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Oh,
Bless
And
all the
your-
comedians in our
your-
lives and just in the world.
Your
yes.
core hurts. At one point, like that moment where you're like, I can't laugh anymore.
But you're laughing and working out at that
Yeah.
point. You're like, I'm gonna look great in the morning.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. Yeah.
I love too, like, I don't get too many like out of control laughing fits. I think when I first started smoking weed, that happened pretty much every time.
Yeah.
But it still happens. It still happens sometimes. And when it does, I feel like I'm in that moment. I know to cherish it.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna admit something about myself,
Please.
which is not the kindest thing, but like I love fail videos. I would say
That does not make you unkind.
I laugh
Yeah.
because I also laugh at myself. Like if
Exact-
I
You're
slip on
empathetic.
ice,
Yeah.
you know what? I slipped in my kitchen this week. I think my dog got a little excited, and I think she peed a little bit on the floor, and I didn't see it. And like full, like comedy take, both legs up in the air. I was talking to my boss at the time, like on my headphones, and he could hear me go, "Oh." And so, anyways, and I was laughing. I was dying. I wish I had it on film.
Yeah.
Because you just like fully.
Oh yeah, on my backside.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Right
Yes.
up my spine.
Oh.
Like I can.
Were you on your butt or your back?
like both, just
Oh my god.
flat.
The cunt.
Yeah, so I get hooked sometimes in like a fail video or like just something ridiculous on the internet, and I can't stop laughing.
Yeah.
It's tears in my eyes. Like my partner has filmed it once and like showed it back to me, and even I'm like, I don't remember. Like I
Dude.
know it happened. I know I was laughing, but like I
it's
don't
so
remember.
funny.
It's just so funny
And
to
your
you.
body needs to express.
No, don't.
Your
You're
body
right.
needs to express
Thank
that
you.
energy in that moment. So we hold pockets of energy like anxiety, and sometimes something will just spark the perfect dynamic. And you're right, it's explosive.
It's like a firework. I'm like, boom. I'm like, and
Let's do it again.
Yep.
I'm gonna need more of that. I'm gonna need more of that again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
feel that. We did that with Nick Kroll's stand-up.
Yeah.
Cool thing for me to hear. And we just kept rewinding it.
It's a really funny Netflix special if you haven't
I'm gonna
seen
have
it.
to watch it. I haven't
Nick
seen it
Kroll.
yet.
He's
Okay.
like, the girl's saying that like he's not attractive or has a small penis or something, and he's like, cool. That's a cool thing for me to hear. And you could tell that he followed his inner child while executing this so well that the expression of his body is just like so comedic that it just made us crack up for probably like that 5 seconds I played back, like probably for like 25 minutes.
What a fun feeling, right? Like again, weed is fun.
So fun.
Weed is fun with Rich. I feel like that's becoming the title.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Dude.
Fuck. Oh yeah, I don't remember where I was going with this one, but I also wanted to touch on, we did 10 episodes when we first started this podcast that will never see the light of day because we were just figuring it out. And in those 10 episodes, I realized that I was like super hating on drinking
Yeah.
Oh.
to try and validate my smoking. Yeah. So this, like, I feel like my motivation for this podcast was to make it okay for me to smoke, which I shouldn't
it's
need
okay.
that, right? Like it is
Yeah.
totally okay. And I find it fascinating that you've been from such a young age, like just such a proud ambassador when there were so many people that like are very like, this is going to kill you. Like some of them aren't even coming from a bad place. A lot of them are coming from a place of they just want the best for you, right? So it's like,
Most of the
That's
harshest
trippy,
criticism
like-
we get is like from a place of love, right? People, it's just a bit misguided in its
Yeah.
delivery.
Ooh, Wells.
Right?
Ooh.
So like,
Ooh. Wells.
that's the way I've always seen it. It's like I have people, my mom wasn't always the most stoked. Like she's very much come around, which is lovely.
You see your face on a magazine, it's easier to accept that.
Touche, man. When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
No, she loves you regardless.
Oh,
sure.
for sure. But so yeah, and for me, it's never been like a bad thing, and I think that everyone has their thing, you know, and there are lots of things you can have, and as long as you're not harming anyone, and as long as like, you know, you're being respectful in your approach, like
I agree.
To each their own. Let people enjoy their existence.
Even if it's like heroin, like straight up, like you're probably hurting yourself, but like.
But that's
I'm
your
not,
choice.
I don't know
I'm not
your
here
journey.
I'm not here to affect you, and hopefully you give me the same respect.
Yeah, I'm not your story's author, right? So
Bless.
it's like,
nice, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
so yeah, you just sort of, and that's why I've always just been super proud. I've always been like, I have always had weed on me for now as long as I can remember. Like I can't trace back to the last time where I was like,
Did you buy big amounts from a younger age, or did you always just like go cop that quarter or half quarter or whatever?
I've always had access to like varying amounts of weed. So like depending on where I was in life at time and like where I was living or just even how much money I had access to.
For sure.
It's like, yeah, you buy as
go
much
with the
as
flow.
yeah,
You
you
just
buy as much as you can afford
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You make it work.
And you
just
make
feel-
it work. Yeah.
Sometimes you're like you end up meeting someone who's like a really dope like street dealer, and he's always hooking you up with sacks.
Yep.
Or your uncle's a farmer, so you get some, or you know what I mean. Like sometimes there's
There are
that like advantage of
varying
access.
avenues
Yeah.
to access,
But
right?
that's what's magic. When you like something, you resonate with it. It always seems to end up in your life somehow.
Yep. Yeah. I have an experience like that.
Yeah.
You know, got close with someone a few times. Honestly, shout out Phil. Like
Shout out Phil.
Shout
Phil.
out Phil.
Phil delivers. Phil
I'll have to get his number. Phil delivers.
he used to honestly, but like Phil was this guy that me and my friends bought off of, and it was the most. I sold weed, right? I did that.
Yeah.
He's better at it than I am. Like the experience of Phil coming to your house, and he would pull out this like long, like a wizard staff of strains that he had,
what?
and then Phil would take you through everything.
He's an
Yes,
educator.
Phil.
And then once
Phil's an educator.
Oh, I miss Phil. I have not seen Phil in so long. But and then once Phil got to know you enough, the wizard staff got shorter
Because he was like, I'm not going to bring the
because
giant
he
case to an
kn-
indica lover.
because he knew, right? And Phil would go,
Oh my god.
yo,
That's a custom
this-
experience.
this, and this. I told him, I was like, it's the most premium experience I've had
Yes.
ever in my
It's
life.
a sommelier.
It's
It's a sommelier. It's a stylist.
and like I don't need it, right? Like I could buy for myself.
1,000%.
Right? But come on, who doesn't?
I
love,
go in and I say, tell me what you like the bud tenders that are at like.
there
I'm
are
like,
bud
what do you like?
tenders who like shout out some bud tenders for real.
Yeah.
Because there are bud tenders who do it,
Who
right?
care, who want
Yeah.
you to know. He's like, as soon as I walk in, and yo,
Jeff, Sean, bum 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 bum. Hey guys, I'm lazy right now. What should I buy? Here you go, friend. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. And like
So good.
never fail. And
No,
so
they care.
So one, love to see that in the legal market.
shout out.
Yes,
Big
like
time. What up, Dustin?
right?
Yeah.
Shout out all your bud tenders.
Yeah, man. All the great bud tenders.
So yeah, it's like that experience was so amazing. It's great to see it like happening now in the industry.
But
and
shout out
stuff.
Phil who did
But
it
shout
first.
out Phil who saw the way like early on.
And that still should be respected as a sommelier.
Yeah.
Like that should still be like some private service allowed somehow. Like,
oh,
you know what
wouldn't
I mean?
it be wonderful?
That would be great.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like-
personal shopping.
Personal weed shopping. Ooh.
That's a space right there.
For like lazy people like me.
Holler at
We're
us.
like, I just want to smoke good weed, but I don't want to have to read everything. Like,
We've been almost
I
asked
want
to
to
do-
read about some new hobbies.
Yeah. Winnie used to be the buyer for a retail store.
Michelle P consults.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she'll go do that research for you and then present you with things.
That's cool.
yeah.
But you
I
gotta
think
get
she's
'em.
more geared to like women and older. folks.
medical.
But
So she'll
Awesome.
do anyone.
yeah, it's sweet. It's actually such a good thing.
Everyone needs weed.
But
Yeah.
the criteria of the current what are they, laws, I guess?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Regulations.
Regulations, yeah. You're not supposed to purchase for someone else. She said this. What Mimi said on the podcast.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot
You're
about
supposed to
that.
get your own recreational usage stuff or medicine, depending on however you're framing it. But like, she can give you
I
the
guess.
list.
Yeah.
She can give you suggestions.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
But that personal shopping service, like the regulation shouldn't exist because that would open up a job for some people as a personal shopper. Interesting.
Hey, man.
Hey.
The regulations can only grow and
and
adapt
they're
and
facts.
change.
Yeah.
They're facts, and we're using science.
Here comes
Yeah.
science.
And that's the thing. Like, it seems like we do rag on it, like, because structure of any sort in something that kind of offers such kind of mental freedom seems contradictory. But for it to exist in the third dimension, there's, it's cool. It's a cool journey we're going through.
Yeah,
like
it
you
needs
said,
some
it's
parameters.
it's cool, and they'll expand and they'll
Yeah.
change and they'll evolve.
The
and
fun thing
it's
is
fun,
like,
yeah.
this is just the beginning. It's 4 years old,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Think about how old the legacy market was.
You said that to me on our podcast. You changed my
Yeah,
perspective
it's
even
4.
better.
I'm so sorry.
It's a baby.
I'm like,
No, it's okay. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was just high, and I was like, "Is it moving?"
you got me too. Then I was like, did I hit it? Like,
We're smoking good weed, guys.
Yeah, this is good weed.
But yes,
Yeah.
it's 4 years
Beautiful.
old.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna be 10, and it's gonna look nothing like it did. And
Totally.
lots of people will get to look back and go, "Wow, man! Wow, people!
How far we took it.
Yeah, look what we did. You're paving the road right now, and so that's really cool. Everyone's
Yeah.
contributing. Everyone's making,
Cool shit.
yeah. Imagine the old people who, I don't know, started coffee industries,
Right?
and they look back and they go, huh, "Man, look how easy they got it."
Now
Like,
it's on airplanes. Now it's sold to you everywhere at every corner. But
Yeah.
at one point, it was like, not that popular.
or
Fuck.
yeah. So, anyways,
That's cool.
Um,
Oh my god, look at Ralph right now.
oh,
I need to take a picture
oh,
of him.
Ralph is adorable.
yeah, he's.
Ralph has good energy.
He's a sweet guy.
We need to introduce
It's-
Mary Jane and him.
It's true.
Yeah. Because are they around the same age, or is
How
Mary-
old's Ralph?
He's 9.
No, she's not even 2 yet.
Oh my goodness.
She's brand new.
That's cute.
Yeah, her birthday, just so lovely, is 4/20.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
Your dog's
like
birthday?
accident. I didn't even realize it. Like my partner had to tell me. I didn't even like when we got her. I didn't even look at the paperwork or anything. I was just like, "This is mine." Like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh my god.
Um,
she's so sweet.
Oh yeah, and I've always wanted a cocker spaniel, and
Dude, get this. Is this your first dog as an adult?
first dog in life.
Okay.
Really,
Wow.
yeah,
So it's crazy how much you love them, right?
so much.
Dude, that just gets like multiplied to an insane amount as they age.
I can see it
slow
happening.
down.
I didn't know. I didn't know that I could love him more than when he was this beautiful, bright, like sweet, cute,
Now you're
helpless puppy.
But now he's my
And now
friend.
he has like preferences. Like he's like my roommate, like my best cuddle bud roommate of life.
MJ already is like bullying us into like the mannerisms she wants. I'll wake up in the morning and my legs will be like, one is off the side of the bed, one is like randomly in an awkward position because she's just sleeping right in that gap. And you're like, why did I allow this? Like,
I know.
how did this happen? Whatever.
I know.
Right? And so, something to look forward to.
It is. It
Oh,
really is. They're just so life changing.
Yeah.
And just such a part of your, like, I see him every day. It's kind of crazy. The relationship that builds over time is like, woo, my heart. I can't even imagine what a kid is.
It's
like.
the wiggle when you get home. Like the little tail wiggle for me is just butter. My heart is butter. It's melted. I'm like, oh, what do you want?
Yeah.
I tell my partner, I'm like, I stay employed so I can buy her sticks.
Yeah.
Like that's it. This is stick money at this point in time. Like
And we broke all the rules when we got Ralph. We were like, oh, we're gonna
gonna
crate
crate
him. First night.
Fuck that.
We're like, oh, we'll just bring the crate in the room.
The first wince, she was out. The first wince, my partner and I looked at each other and we were like, we're not crate people.
No.
She has never, I think she's been in a crate maybe like once in her life.
Oh,
but
man.
absolutely not. Yeah.
No, yeah.
We broke we broke a good amount of the rules.
Apparently, you're not supposed to get home and get excited with them. I'm not really sure because you don't want them jumping up on people or something.
I know,
but you saw Ralph when he came. He jumped all over you, like he's just.
And see, MJ has the same thing where she's small, she's adorable, so people allow it.
Yeah.
They're like, thankfully, when we go into like the pet store, like the PetSmart in my neighborhood, bless the employees.
They're
like,
cool.
They're like the few people who are just like, they're like, we'll give her a treat and they'll sit and like don't interact with her when she jumps up.
Oh, they do that.
Yes, and I'm like, I look at them, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, you're the real heroes here.
Yeah.
Because she's so adorable. And look,
Make them do
I'm
something
not
for
blaming anyone else either.
You can't.
Because I do it.
I get
cute.
it.
Right? You're like,
It's cute.
oh, you're so cute. I know better, and I let Ralph jump up on me. And I was like, hey, buddy. Right? So.
Yeah, we just also don't really enforce it too much. Like if someone's visibly
actor.
uncomfortable, of course we'll take him away. But
He's an
other than
earner.
that, we're like,
Ralph's
I don't know.
a
He's
star.
excited,
Yeah.
He's excited to see what's
He's
going
like,
on.
I was like, oh, I'm hearing my name.
I
Yeah,
did
he's
though.
a good
I was walking with Ralph the other day, and this woman totally egged him on and bent her knees. You know when you do that, you bend the knees and go, oh, I go. And then he jumped on her. No, I did it. And then he jumped on her and got her pants dirty, and she was pissed.
Well,
I was
you
like,
can't.
that was all your fault. Like,
Sure.
I can't even. I
Yeah.
didn't even say sorry. Normally I would, but I
I'm
was
not
like,
a lawyer, but I see no blame on Ralph's behalf. You
Yeah.
know?
It's
I mean-
like you invite this thing that is an
high
animal.
voice too. High voice. What was she
So
expecting?
You have to learn the discipline.
How much more welcoming could you have been?
Yeah. You could lay on the ground completely on your back, and that would be the only way you
hi.
could look more welcoming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And you
there
know what?
he
It
is.
was actually really good for me because I kind of had to sit in that
good for you.
that
Good.
uncomfortable place where you're like, oh man, you don't like me now. Like, when someone else doesn't like you, and it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I'm not very good at it. I'm working on it.
I'm too comfortable with it.
And, yeah.
I'm probably somewhere in the middle.
yeah.
I'm of the belief you can't win them all.
You
like, you
for
can't
sure.
win them all.
But
Like,
that feeling, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure if that goes away for me. I think that I have to kind of coach myself just like back into being like, oh yeah, you just can't win them all.
Yeah.
But you're gonna still feel kind of icky for a second.
yeah, you get it.
I
See?
love that, man.
He's
You
jumping
can't
up
win
and
them
I'm petting him,
all. I know it.
breaking
manifests
all
it.
the rules.
It's
yeah,
good though. Go for
I
it.
know.
Bring him up.
He's
He's
so
up. He's
cute,
in a
though.
lot, bro. You know
Yeah.
about this, right?
Ralph.
Yeah,
Yes, iconic.
that's my guy.
He really is.
He's like become so much part of my brand as a person. Like because he's off leash.
So you put him in your videos?
Oh, he's in
oh,
everything.
so many.
Yes.
He's in the movie. He's in all our videos. He's been on this podcast.
Like,
We've
I
interviewed
feel
him.
like you should never have a video. Like, it needs to be like
Every time.
Waldo kind of thing where
Yeah.
it's like 11 drops something and they're like, all right, where's Ralph? Like, I got to watch it twice. I got to watch it once to find Ralph and then the
Yes.
second time to take in
To
the
hear
art,
it.
you
Yeah.
know? Like,
That's it, bro. 1000%.
That's a good idea.
yeah.
I mean, we got him over there, like
Yeah.
just in case, in case he's ever not showing up in physical form. He's always
Yeah, there's a
There's a
photo
picture
of
of
him.
him.
If you, I don't know if you can see it.
Ralph,
but
you're an icon.
yeah.
He
And
really
Mary
is.
Jane, man.
He was one of the first
congratulations.
ones of these too. Like these dogs that look like this weren't around 9 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was really like one of the first, and now
And
they're
now they're
everywhere.
popular.
Oh.
Now palm crosses have just completely blown up.
No way.
It's
Yeah.
cute. He's Jack Russell Palm Cross.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember people looking at me and being like, "Oh my God, your dog's so cute," and then looking at their dog and being like, "You're not as cute as that dog," because he was so rare. He
He's
was such a
so
rare
rare.
little like,
Yeah,
and
back
he was
then.
also awkward. Like he had a really skinny, long neck with big ears, and like
Oh.
his hair hadn't filled in yet, so he
Yeah,
was like
Poppy Ralph.
short haired.
Poppy Ralph was too cute.
yeah, it was fun.
Puppy Ralph was too cute.
You're fun. I love you so
Do you ever
much.
get cute aggression with Mary Jane? Do you ever like?
She's really cute. And like I'm hearing y'all, and I'm like, yeah, Ralph's cute. But he's not Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's how you feel.
She's cute, right? And I'm like, this is
cute.
every joke I've ever heard about dog owners. It's like you're just
You're in love
You're
with
playing
your own.
into the stereotypes, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but
I
I
don't
like,
even care.
I really don't.
I don't care.
I
I'm
don't
like,
care.
I'll take this one.
I think I did
I'll take
at
this
one
one.
point, but
I'm
I don't
I'm
anymore.
a mush ball for this thing.
Yeah.
But also, I'm a good like. He chooses me as his alpha, so there's a relationship where we're off leash.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
We keep it
Yeah.
professional.
No, it's not. I'm
Me
the
either.
Winnie.
Yeah.
We keep it professional, and sometimes when I'm home alone, he won't even cuddle with me because he'll go to his den because it serves his experience more to completely relax to know that I'm like,
Alpha.
I'm
Wow.
near the door and I'm alpha. He's like, okay, and that's so he gets his deepest rest.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like I wish I could be y'all sometimes where I'm like, come on, cuddle me, come on, and I'll go pick him up and put him in my arms as I'm mixing, and he's like, are we done here, sir? And like I'm like, god damn, Ralph. But he gets way more mushy with people. Like I get more of this when this is happening.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Katie's the alpha in our home with MJ. I'm the belly rubber.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's nice.
That's the purpose I serve.
You
I'm
truly
cool
are.
with it. It's
You truly are team Winnie. Like you are the Winnie.
Yeah.
I love that's beautiful. And it's funny because me and Winnie often it often varies because Winnie has more sometimes masculine principles internally. And like I'm like more like flowy or feminine sometimes. So there's always something funny going on with the resonation of sex. What is your thoughts on reincarnation and becoming different beings?
Hit me out of left field.
Sorry, that's where that all led me.
No.
So saying all that.
No, I love it. It's like asking me, what kind of shampoo do you use? I'm like, do I tell him the truth? Like, no. I find myself like in this point in my life to be pretty like, I don't know, atheistic in a lot of my beliefs. So I would love for it to be the case. Like, what a wonderful, wonderful, like concept, right? Be like, cool, yeah. I wonder what's next. But I am also extremely open to the possibility that it's not that either, you know? So
Yeah,
I think
totally
that like,
open.
yeah, that's where I land.
Cool.
Like, I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. I won't know until the end of the journey. And even then, like, either way, it won't matter because
It's
I'll be
happening.
something else
Yeah.
or something else will be happening. So I guess, like, yeah, I'm like kind of like Switzerland on the matter, you know? I'm like neutral.
Sick, yeah,
Where I'm
beautiful.
like, yeah, like I'm happy. I'm one of those people I'm very respectful of like other people's beliefs. I don't like, as long as you're, respectful, loving, kind, as long as, just like, don't be jerks.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. Believe what you want. Love what you want. Do what you want. Like, just,
so nice.
yeah, enjoy the ride. And when it's your time to get off, like, enjoy that too. So yeah, I guess that's my stance. I'm in the middle. I'm pulling
That's
out.
smart, man.
I'm pulling out the fifth, you know?
That's
I
smart.
plead the fifth.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so,
Beautifully well said.
yeah. But, like, please, tell me more.
Oh, I don't know. I think like either these qualities of energy, you're never in possession of the energy because as a vibrational being, you're kind of like moving through different states constantly. But you certainly do have these character traits that are almost traceable to like types of beings.
All right, to
And there's
throw-
archetypes.
Okay. To throw a question back at you, though, number one draft pick overall, what are you coming back as? You have choice.
This is the fun conversation. After I justify it, this is the fun conversation. Number one draft pick.
Yeah.
Dude, Rich, you are weed, bro. You
Yeah.
make shit fun.
You're in your suit. You're
Yeah.
walking up to the podium.
What am I going to ask for?
The commissioner has just said,
11. Are you coming back?
The
as
11
12?
11s.
They're gonna show for you in this life as a. I like what I have formulated for myself this lifetime as far as being an artist. So it would definitely most likely manifest as an artist in whatever form. Because I don't know if you'd come back as a humanoid or something else. Like what universe? But you mean in this universe right now that we have? Like if I return to this timeline?
Earth 363. This one right here.
This one here. Between this time period.
Yeah.
In this time period. Who, like, almost like a philosophical question of who almost would I rather be than myself?
Doesn't even need to be a person. Like you get a draft pick.
All right, you could come back as anything in the multiverse.
You could be an ant. You
Yeah.
could be
Oh,
an
fuck.
inanimate object.
That's cool. It might it might be something free, like an animal, like a cheetah in the wild.
That's cool.
You know, I feel like I've had that, but it might be redundant at this point of like intellectual stimulation. That like in the theory of reincarnation, you'll want to come back most likely something next lifetime to make an experience for yourself that's like enriching for like the depth of your spirit.
Cool.
It's like what you've understood. So like animals exist on a very primal level.
Okay.
So that's probably just my ego identity now being like, I could use a rest and just go fucking tackle a buffalo once in a while and chill in the sun.
Hey, it's
I
your
just need
team.
a vacation.
You get to pick. You get to pick whatever you want. That's the beauty.
true.
That's the beauty of the first overall pick. You
So
know.
I think a cheetah at this point in my life. It's like a wild
I
cheetah.
like that for you.
Thank you.
That's cool, Winnie. Come on.
I mean, at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll come back as a lawyer.
Well, I mean, I
But-
come back as
Whoa.
Jay-Z then.
But then I was like, well, I mean, why aren't you doing that right now then? But like just to have a different experience, I think something that was like more structured than what an artist's life generally leads. That might be an interesting experience. But then, like when we got into animals, like I feel very connected to flying. I'm pretty sure if I could ask for a superpower, it would be flying. Potentially teleporting. I'm like, do I just like flying because I get to go to another place? And if that's the case, why wouldn't I choose teleporting?
Would it become mundane, like almost like brushing your teeth?
Yeah,
where you're like,
exactly. Where I'm like, oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
wish I was just
Yeah.
there.
Like, I'm going to
Birds
take a
do
plane.
this every winter.
Exactly. So maybe I'll just like be like an ostrich.
Oh,
Because it's still
Just
a bird,
be.
but it's the fastest animal on the planet.
We could run together.
No, I don't think
it
that's
would
true.
not
It
be
is.
yeah,
the
but
ostrich is fast.
I love the two of you together, but if those two energies came together, I think it
would
would be
eat.
bad news for Winnie. Yeah.
Yeah, I would eat you.
Well, what if it was one of those? We always hear those stories where it's like Jaguar adopted a pig. What if we were? What if we were one of those stories?
I accept it. I accept it. Absolutely. Oh, I would love that. Oh,
Yeah.
you would see that on your phone and be like, "There's good in the world. There's good in the world."
Exactly.
This cheetah and ostrich best friends in the wild.
Yeah.
They started a podcast together called Squawk Squawk Growl Growl.
Thanks.
Riveting though. Riveting.
That's so fun, man.
Cool, interesting.
Rick, what about you?
I think I would be like a tree.
Nice.
And just like experience almost like slow growth and like I don't know, like a
Beautiful.
big tree.
They've got to
I see that for
experience
you.
time differently,
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
Like,
for sure.
because they can't. They would go crazy. It would seem like jail if it was in our time, like a slow growth tree. Like if all it was doing was just like moving upwards so slowly, like they must experience
But there's
time
no
differently.
strain. It's just like breathing. And
Yeah.
it allows the seasons to come and go. Where would you be a tree?
Ooh. There's so many good
For the
places.
type of tree I would want to be, probably somewhere like BC, you know,
For the
those
type of
really
tree I'd want to be, probably BC bars.
accidental bars.
I grew up in
Yeah.
BC. I feel you. Beautiful
Just
trees.
like those very big trunks, like old trees, like just, you know, witnessed
Excuse me.
a lot of growth, a lot of change. I think that would be kind of cool. To see like what happens, because there'll be trees here long after we're gone, right?
That's all, yeah.
And so
We're a flash in there.
yeah, so that would be a cool experience. I think something like, you know, run a marathon instead of a sprint.
That's cool. Yeah, because your lifespan's like several 100,000 years, depending on
Potentially. Yeah, so
That's dope.
just trees for trees,
Dude,
right?
You smoke trees. You are a tree.
Dude, if you come back as a tree and like learn that trees like have just like a hilarious sense of humor. They all communicate.
What a wonderful end to my what a beautiful beginning to my news story.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. Just like giggling, just like flowing in the wind, giggling.
Yeah.
Like, look at it. It's people too, man.
Oh, man.
Oh, I wonder what they'll do this time.
So we do something at the end of each round. I forgot what this was called. Episode.
A podcast episode.
There we go.
Bro, thank you so much for hanging today, by the way.
Yeah.
This
It's
was
been
lovely.
so nice
Yeah.
just to hang and chill.
Yeah.
I kind of
Honestly,
forgot we were recording
me
a couple
too.
times. Like, this is just nice.
Right? Yeah. It's just lovely.
Where Ellevan will choose one of our fancy books to read from. We often read from a book called The Tao,
Okay.
which is like universal teachings about.
Cool.
I think it's like the harmony in polarity. That's what I get from the Tao.
Beautiful.
Okay.
But like it can be perceived many different ways.
What the Tao represents essentially is it translates roughly to the way, the center way.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
so
cool.
you often
You
like
probably
to,
live there a lot.
You live a lot of the Tao, and
Yeah.
The Tao is to represent the energy that was before space and time, the energy that holds. The
Cool.
energy that is, so it's not partial to anything. So it's very wise, deep, loving wisdom.
Okay.
So
Are we going to read from that? I mean, I wasn't.
I'll try and find it because it's pretty relevant now that we've talked about it. But
Okay.
you can explain.
I don't remember what else I was going to explain. Oh, right, about what we do here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll pick a book.
Okay.
And then he'll ask you to choose a number between this number and this number, and then whatever comes to your heart, you'll let us know, and then we'll read from that book.
Okay.
That one page. Yeah.
Think and Grow Rich. Haha. Big book. Big cut for me. I just wanted to bring it with me. Tao Te Ching.
Okay.
Tao Te Ching. So yeah, please, Rich, pick a number between 1 and 73.
27.
Beautiful. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants. A good scientist has freed himself of concepts and keeps his mind open to what is. Thus, the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you are. It is the great secret.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that nice?
That's
What a
really
beautiful-
cool. Thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure.
How
Thank you.
fitting.
Well, the travel, the science,
And
the
and
artist.
The beautiful thing about this is it's generally fitting
It
to the
happens
conversations
every
that we've
time.
had.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to keep this streak alive.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that with me.
pleasure.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
That was very nice.
Thank you for choosing such a nice.
What a lovely way to end a conversation. Like,
right.
yeah,
Just ties everything up.
it's
in
like a nice little
bow.
hug. Like,
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
That was so much fun. Thank you so much.
man,
Is there anything you want to leave the people with and tell us where they can find you?
Oh, very, very true. As always, I just want to leave people with love, health, happiness, respect. They can find me on Instagram at that's rad. One word, that's rad. That's predominantly where I am.
I'm so impressed that you got that handle.
Yes, that's how old I am.
That's fine.
I was around in the handle gold rush. But yes.
You kept it held on.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that's where they can find me.
Great.
But yeah, this was so awesome. It
Yeah,
was
it
really,
really
really
was.
nice.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for
having
coming
me.
on.
Okay.
Okay, subscribe. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Follow Rich.
We'll link higher education if you want to check out the YouTube channel.
Yes, please
in
and
the
thank you.
Descriptola. Tell your friends about our Patreon. Stay tuned for live shows near you, and love your neighbor.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Love.
There I was, smoothly transitioning from local act to international working musician. I went from performing on a street corner to setting a world record for releasing 365 songs with music videos in 1 year. Living in and living Hollywood, collaborating with media stars, shooting my special, and producing work that was finally... Hey, what the f***? That's what could have been. I was working the day shift at a dive bar.
Another day in the He's taking comments and suggestions from that little box and making songs with this live band.
Wait a second. Let's take one more. And it just says rocket ship. A rocket ship and wrestling crocodiles. You got something that feels like maybe a rocket ship?
Yeah.
Let's do this song then.
Send me to outer space.
So impressive.
Disciplined stoners. What's your discipline? You a stoner? That's cool. So are we.
I'm high a lot. It's weird to finally say that with pride. I'm high a lot. Being high has helped me with my anxiety. It's helped my social skills. Well, it's helped me feel okay about my shitty social skills. It doesn't make my social skills better, but it sure does make sitting in that awkward moment in a social interaction a lot more bearable. You know, that moment where no one in the group has anything left to say, and you desperately want to yell at all of them, just say something. Being high makes that hilarious and not torture.
Yo, it's Ellevan from Anger Town. This plant just helped me chill out. Found focus, found confidence. All of a sudden I was productive, less protective, more progressive. Yeah, we talk about stuff like I'm a next sommelier, but this is about a medicine, baby. We wish everyone a mindful life. It's been a helpful tool for us. And whatever the route to peace, it's each individual's journey. And the more we communicate, maybe we can all help each other out. Love and light. Welcome to Disciplined Stoners Podcast with your host Ellevan,
And my name is Winnie.
and we are the gateway drug to mindfulness. And that's Ralph.